This is and will continue to be a generational story. There's a generation seeing its first crisis firsthand. There's America's greatest generation that we are all trying to save. There's a generation that survived the Great Recession and pulling out pages from that playbook now. Today, our conversation continues with personal training coach Travis Barrett with Evolution Athletics. You'll see that theme continue. As a young entrepreneur, Travis is learning from an older generation's words and its actions. Walk us through what the decision-making process has been in the last 2 to 3 weeks in terms of scaling back and eventually closing down the doors.
Yeah. So my business partner is Tyler Naylor. And, when he got back from a vacation where he was actually out in Breckenridge, Colorado, which was one of those counties that they said, hey, if you've traveled here during this date, you need to self-quarantine. So he is actually coming off his own self-quarantine, looks like tomorrow. So he's been doing a great job of staying home, following the orders of, he's a guy who's going to follow the rules, do things by the book, and that's exactly what he's done. So, that was I think Kansas Department of Health that initially issued that and said, if you've traveled to, and it had a big long list, you need to self-quarantine. So he's following the rules, much like everybody else should be. And then as far as the guidelines coming out, we definitely look to the CDC first, and then what do we need to do locally? And then he texted me, it would have been Sunday evening when the Kansas Department of Health, Douglas County officer made that call and said, starting Tuesday at midnight, we're going to have this shutdown for non-essential businesses. So that was an easy one because, here's the guy leading the county. We need to follow under him.
Did parents applaud the fact that you are taking responsible approach here, or what is the response, if anything, been from the parents of the kids you serve?
Yeah, man, the parents, I don't know, there's it's weird when you send out an email. Any email that we send out is very thoughtful, well thought out, methodical. It's not just top of the mind, here we go. It's edited and all that stuff. But when there's parents sending us stuff back like, hey, we don't want to yank the economic floor out from underneath you. We know you rely on us. We think this is the right move. We will support you. And then you don't just see that from one email response. You see that over and over and over again, man. And it almost, I don't know, it chokes you up almost. You know what I mean? To know that people have your back that much, to know that they're there for you, and the local support is real, especially here in Lawrence. Because man, I was just freaked out, last couple of weeks, because I'm like, oh shit, I'm going to have, how many people are going to drop off? What's that going to do to my ability to pay bills and, the business's ability to pay bills and so on. But, there was, our landlord is an awesome landlord. His name's John Delfelder, and owner of Superior Electric. And man, I went in and talked to him. I said, can you give me some tips? Because, he's been in business 30 years. I said, man, what do we do here? And he's like, well, this is a situation I've never seen before, but here's my advice. He goes, lean on your current customers. Take care of them first. Make sure they're taken care of. And he goes, they'll surprise you. And he's absolutely right. And that's probably some of the best advice. So we made sure everybody was taken care of the best we could. And, the feedback has been tremendous. The parents are totally in support of the decision we made and said, we'll get through this. We look forward to training with you guys for a long time. So it'll just be a snapshot when it's all said and done.
I'm going to thank you for the spirited debate in some areas, and definitely great to hear about all the updates there. And I wish you guys nothing but the best of luck. And hopefully I'll see you this summer, potentially producing some content together in an ideal world.
Yeah, man, for sure. Because I really liked what I saw with that football coach. So I'd like to get something going like that.
Absolutely. All right. Well, we will end the interview there. And if you are a small business owner in Kansas watching this and you want to connect with me and you want to contribute to this video series, please email me directly at mattydmedia
media@gmail.com. That's MATTYD as in dog, media@gmail.com. Thank you so much for watching.